Hi, I'm Dr. Connie. We're having a great weather here in Georgia. It's finally feeling like spring is in the air, and this is great, except the pollen has gotten me in a funk lately. My younger son is extremely allergic to pollen, and recently I am trying out the Novage, which is a neti pot that provides a gentle battery-powered suction meant to cleanse your nasal passage to treat allergic symptoms, like nasal congestion, which is what he has. I'll provide you with an update on how it's working out for my son in a few weeks. On a different note, I've been getting lots of questions lately about health and alkalinity. From alkalizing water to alkalizing diets, I felt it's worth a mention on my blog today. Just a bit of my story. As many of you know, I've struggled with my health at times due to lupus flare-ups. And because I've been on a mission to heal my body, I've researched and applied everything that may help my body get stronger so that it can defeat lupus. So I've personally applied the alkaline concepts to my life, including the use of an alkaline water filtration for my home and eating alkaline promoting foods and supplements. I've seen many assumptive writings by various bloggers on this topic without proper regard to research. So for today, I wanted to balance the scientific evidence with health relevance on this topic. So a little bit of the background. All life depends on optimal pH levels within and around the living organisms and cells. So human life requires a narrow pH range in our serum of about 7.35 to 7.45 to survive. This is a slightly alkaline range on the pH scale of 0 to 14. Unfortunately, the soil where our vegetables are grown has been affected by industrialization, resulting in the depletion of the mineral content of the foods that we eat. This is important because the minerals are used in the body as a buffer and help maintain that narrow optimal pH range. The ideal pH of our soil is a range between 6 to 7. Acidic soils below 6 have reduced calcium and magnesium. On the other hand, soil with a pH above 7 may result in depletion of iron, manganese, copper, and zinc. When we observe the pH and the net acid load in our diet, there has been a significant change from the hunter-gatherer civilizations to the present. With the agricultural revolution occurring within the last 10,000 years, and more recently the industrial revolution occurring within the last 200 years, we've seen a decrease in potassium as compared to sodium, and an increase in chloride as compared to the bicarbonates in our diet. This means that the ratio of potassium to sodium has reversed. The potassium to sodium ratio was previously 10 to 1, and now with our current diet, the ratio is 1 to 3. It's proven that our diets today contain poor amounts of magnesium, potassium, and fiber, and high amounts of saturated fat, simple sugars, sodium, and chloride. This is in comparison to the Paleolithic age diet. So what does this mean? Well, it places us at risk for metabolic acidosis. You see, with aging, our kidneys gradually lose the ability to regulate acid-alkaline balance. There's very little change in our blood chemistry. However, significant changes in our urine can be noted. Our urinary levels of magnesium tend to decrease, while calcium, uric acid, and phosphate levels increase. This results in increased risk for kidney stones. So the roles of pH in our cells and organs. Well, the pH levels widely vary throughout our body. For example, stomach acid has a pH of about 1.35 to 3.5 to aid in digestion and protect against microbial organisms. But just outside the stomach, the pH is quite alkaline to prevent injury to our stomach lining. So our skin is also very acidic, with a pH of about 4 to 6.5 to provide a protective barrier against bacteria. Our urine has a variable pH that can go from acidic to alkaline, depending on the balance of the internal environment. So let's talk about chronic acidosis and bone disease. It's important to note that an alkaline diet releases calcium in the form of phosphates and carbonates, which allows our body to maintain a healthy pH range. So when you eat an acidic diet, our bodies balance the pH by pulling calcium from our bones to neutralize our blood. This calcium loss over time is what causes bone loss, ultimately leading to osteoporosis. You can lose up to 480 grams of calcium in over 20 years, which is almost half of your skeletal mass. If the bone minerals wasted in the urine are not supplemented back into our diet, osteoporosis can result. You also need vitamin D to allow for proper calcium, magnesium, and phosphate absorption. But unfortunately, most populations are generally deficient in vitamin D. Protein-rich diets can cause bone loss due to high acidity if not buffered by proper alkalizing vitamins and minerals. It's also important to remember that adequate protein is necessary for prevention of osteoporosis and muscle loss. Eat a diet high in vegetables